We're in your community once again. This time we're in downtown Hazleton at a brand new business called the Sage Exchange, and we're talking about what's the sense? You know, we're all looking to save money, but to also decorate our homes, come up with new ideas for our businesses. You can do that with Tamara. She's the owner of the Sage Exchange, and we're going to be here every Wednesday. She's going to offer tips and ideas decorating, correct?
Decorating.
I'm a big fan of this because I always like to save money and decorate on a budget and look at changing different rooms in my house and in my business, so you can do this with your expertise. Tell us about your background.
Well, my background actually was in human resources. I worked in human resources for 18 years.
Okay.
Started my own operations consulting business and traveled all over the country. While I was in Colorado, I had an interesting friend I met there, and she worked for HGTV. And I did some project management for her, and my heart just went crazy because I loved interior design. It's what I wanted to do my whole life. My mom could make anything out of anything.
Right.
And my dad was a designer of kitchens. So I have it, pretty much I grew up with it, so my heart really, really wanted to be back in it. So when I came back, I thought, I'm going to do what I love to do.
I love it.
Gave everything up, and here I am.
And I've seen her work with 2 pennies and make her place look beautiful here in downtown Hazleton. Today we're talking about windows and no-sew window treatments, right?
Yes.
All right, so behind us is actually a window treatment that you designed, and it cost you next to nothing.
It was pennies. What I did was, no-sew is great. You don't need anything to do them. You can take sheets and drape them over your curtain rods. I actually got this material for $1 a yard at Walmart in the bin. Wow. And it's so pretty. I loved it. So all I did is I just tacked it up and just pinned with little push pins just to give it a little bit of, flair to it. And I mean, you think it's $1,
Now you could do something that has a lot of coverage, or then you could do something like we're going to show you next, dealing with tips with rags. I love this because it's so easy. Anyone, your kids can help with this.
Yeah, I love these, and you know what? It's so great because it doesn't have to be even or anything. You just use old clothes. Denim is awesome. Burlap is awesome. If I have the heart to cut up those jeans, I think I'm going to fit in again one day.
Flannel?
But anything. Flannel's great. Flannel doesn't fray. You can use anything. The top sheet, I know my kids never use the top sheet.
Right.
And I just cut that up.
And this is great for kids too, because if they're always changing their room or their theme, why not dress it up with their window treatments? Right. Finally, we want to talk about dealing with branches and burlap, because you're really good at this. And in this area, we have so much to play with Mother Nature. We might as well use what we have for free.
Absolutely. I love the woods. I love everything in there. Now this isn't done, but this is just an old branch. I grabbed some grapevine. I actually weave that around. And if you're working with grapevine, you want to make sure it's wet. But this I just pulled down. Weave burlap. I'm going to put some fabric through it, put some dried flowers. Everything is dead right now. Get out and pick it. Spray it. But these look really nice just over a window. If you just get some hooks and just hang it over a window. Then you have your scenery. This can come up. You can pull this up. And one big tip with decorating windows, a lot of people, when they have their window, put their curtain rod right here. You can extend your curtain rod out and have your curtain out here.
Right.
So it makes the window look so much bigger.
And you're going to have more tips on your website. Your website is?
It's thesageexchange.wix.com.
And next week we're talking about wreaths and baskets and spring. And I'm having Tamara decorate the front of my house. So join us every Wednesday right here on FYI.